semester, students at universities are receiving financial assistance from the Higher Education Emergency Relief Funding. Sebastian Gonzalez has more about that financial support.
The American Rescue Plan, along with the Department of Education, is giving out another round of pandemic emergency fundings to college students.
Student loan.
Ruben Guerrero is a business professor.
Applications.
He says he hopes students use the money wisely.
I think it's a double-edged sword. I think it's great because the students that actually need it, but I think you are really hurting the ones that are taking advantage of the opportunity.
Although students around the country might be taking advantage of the opportunity, others are looking forward to using the money, like to pay bills. But how exactly will they do that? Blake Scaife, a student at Fresno State, tells us how this can be an assistance for others.
Everyone's got rent. A lot of people pay for their own school, food as well. Like, there's a lot of expenses that really add up, so it's nice to have that extra support.
Work hours recently got cut for students like Brendan Sanders. He says this money is a lifesaver.
It would help me out. I've been working less, so by getting this relief fund, it would help me get more money in order to pay off different things that I have, like bills.
The Department of Education announced that over $198 million will get out. Students who qualify should see those funds any day now. In Fresno, Sebastian Gonzalez, Fresno State Focus.
Qualifications are based on the student's enrollment status as well as if they are enrolled in our Title IV eligible program. An email survey was also sent to those who were not able to qualify if they have a pandemic expense.
A new study has found that more and more adults are taking over-the-counter melatonin to get sleep at dangerously high levels. Melatonin is a hormone that helps control the sleep-wake cycle and is sold over-the-counter in the form of pills, liquid, and even flavored gummies. It is safe to use for short-term jet lag and insomnia support, but long-term safety is unknown. Marcela Martinez is a melatonin user.
I use melatonin to help me sleep at night. I'll take one capsule. However, I notice that in the mornings it takes me longer to wake up, and when I do wake up, I feel groggy throughout the day.
The recommended daily dosage is 5 milligrams, but adults are exceeding that amount. Taking sleep aids long-term has been linked in studies to the development of dementia. We all know gas prices are crazy high. A lot of people take mass transit when they can't cut down on costs, but in the Bay Area, even BART is getting more expensive. Ridership is down to 1/4 of its pre-pandemic levels. As gas prices steadily climb above $6 a gallon in some Bay Area cities, more people are choosing to take public transportation.
On the weekends, we've had very strong ridership rebound, which seems to suggest to us that when people have a choice to drive or take BART to get to leisure activities, that they're taking BART.
Allison also tells us that the fare may go up as soon as this summer. If you ride BART often, you can get up to 20% off with what's called a Clipper card. You can find that online or on the BART app. As for the Fresno Fax bus fares, they will stay at $1. Fresno State students and employees, though, ride for free.
One of Fresno State's hidden treasures is now open again. The Downing Planetarium was closed for the last 2 years as a result of COVID numbers being lower. The planetarium is now being put to good use once again. The responsibility of maintaining the facility is given to Dr. Stephen White, who has operated the planetarium for the past 22 years.
Well, it's a domed theater, and we have 74 seats, and we have programs for the public and for kids on field trips. The purpose is to learn about the night sky and the stars and space and exploration.
Public shows are now available on the first Friday and Saturday of each month. Tickets are available at the Downing Planetarium website.
The Sigma Phi Epsilon fraternity is getting ready to find new recruitments. The fraternity's goal is to find new members who are a good fit to wear their Greek letters. Members even meet up to discuss which possible new members they enjoyed being around.
When it comes to looking for new recruits, we kind of look for like the balance man, the guy who knows how to balance schoolwork and their social lives.
The week might be over, but Sig Ep is always recruiting. They have 365 recruiting, which means they can find new members all year round. For more questions, contact Sigma Phi Epsilon on Instagram at Fresno State.
Fresno State graduating seniors are sharing their experiences and hopes for their senior year, along with the challenges they face. Anissa Martinez shares some of those experiences.
Graduating seniors at Fresno State are both eager and anxious this spring semester. Navigating through online and in-person classes has become both challenging and exciting for students who also juggle jobs and other obligations.
I think I'm excited for my senior year to finally be done with school and just the stress of like homework being done with and being done with like the whole Zoom and all that chaotic stuff with COVID.
For some Fresno State seniors, returning to in-person classes is causing some anxiety as we continue to navigate the COVID-19 pandemic.
I just have to be more careful because I have a sister who's immunocompromised. So I just have to take extra precautions and just be extra safe. And being on campus definitely does make me nervous, but it's just something that I have to navigate.
It's stressful for a lot of reasons, but many graduating seniors find that maintaining healthy friendships and relationships can help ease that stress.
Well, since I'm taking so many classes, I feel like it's good to have a good balance like with your social life. So hanging out with my girlfriends really keeps me sane.
As COVID numbers continue to drop, and with all the right safety precautions in place, our Fresno State seniors officially get to look forward to graduating here at the St. Mart Center in May. But right now, it's March. Graduating seniors still have a ways to go before the big celebration. But getting closer to the finish line is motivation to finish strong. At Fresno State, Anissa Martinez, Fresno State Focus.
President Jimenez Sandoval recently sent out a commencement announcement letting students know that the graduation ceremonies are set to take place back at the St. Mart Center this May. We will keep you updated if anything changes.
Tax season is in full swing, and you can get your forms done for free here at Fresno State. For any student making less than $60,000 a year, a Fresno State accounting major will file taxes to the IRS. Fridays and Saturdays are typically the busiest. The accounting department is also looking for volunteers to help. They don't even have to be an accounting major.
Coming up on Fresno State Focus, a couple of events drew some big crowds.
We'll look back at some of the fun that people had this past weekend.
And possible rain this weekend? We have all that with your Focus on Weather.
At Fresno State, being bold means committing to something greater than yourself. It's learning by doing and nurturing leaders to advance our shared future. It's using research to create a better life for those around us and healing those who need us most. These are our stories, because at Fresno State, bold begins here.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
I'm Rhett Rodriguez, here with your Focus on Weather. The picture behind me is of Fresno State Agriculture Center, and we have bright blue skies. And when we take a look at our national weather tracker, we have a few storms in the east, and we also have some in Utah and Colorado. And we take a closer look at California. There's nothing really coming in, so we'll have bright blue skies. And for today's highs, Stockton's going to have a high of 65, Madera 73, and Visalia 71. As for our overnight lows, Modesto's going to have an overnight low of 49, Fresno 50, and Porterville 49. And for our air quality, it's kind of like St. Patrick's Day, all green. And so with our extended outlook, Wednesday we're going to have a high of 74. Thursday, St. Patrick's Day, we're going to have a high of 75 and cloudy. Friday, we're going to have a high of 76. Saturday is our chance for possible rain. Sunday is the first day of spring. We're also going to have a chance of rain that day. It was 68. Monday, partly cloudy with 72. And Tuesday, we have a chance to jump in the 80s with 83. That's your focus on weather. Now let's take a look at the current dry spell and how it's affecting farmers. With warmer weather returning to the valley, the chance of a snowy and wet March that farmers desperately need is fading. Fox 26 meteorologist Kevin Raymer says we may be in for another dry year.
In the last decade, we've only had 2 different years that we actually got our 100% snowpack, and right now we're way behind on snowpack.
In the record-setting month of December, the snowpack was at 165%. Now it is 35% below normal. For farmers, rain is a short-term solution. Snow is what really matters because the snowpack replenishes the groundwater supply that they rely on in the dry years.
I always like to talk about our groundwater supply as like a savings account, right? If you think of a bank account, your groundwater is your savings account. And, if you're getting surface water brought in, if it rains and you're able to, have surface water delivered to you, that's like a checking account. But when we have to keep pulling water out of our savings account, that's a huge problem. And
CEO of the Fresno County Farm Bureau, Ryan Jacobson, is coming to terms with a dry March.
Reality, we're facing another dry March. We had the driest January and February on record. We're looking like a very wet, dry March. And so at this point, very little is going to change this year unless for some reason we have something extraordinarily unusual in April and May.
If the dry spell continues, farmers could be in for another tough year. In Easton, Rhett Rodriguez, Fresno State Focus.
It may be March 16th, but St. Patrick's Day festivities are already on. The Change of Pace Foundation hosted its 7th annual St. Patrick's Day run at Woodward Park. There were green medallions, shirts, prizes, and of course, green beer. All proceeds went to the American Heart Association.
Old Town Clovis hosted an almost St. Patty's Day pub crawl this past weekend. 5 bars and restaurants were a part of the event. They started at Neighbors Old Town Clovis and ended at the Old Town Clovis Saloon. Each spot had a unique St. Patrick's Day themed drink. Samantha Loomis had a fantastic time pub crawling.
Pub crawl, we are walking the streets and we are engaging in local business and we are having a good time, being responsible and enjoying meeting new people. I met some really great people this evening and that's been great.
The next pub crawls in Old Town Clovis will be in May. The theme will be Margarita, like margaritas.
Coming up in sports, for Women's History Month, we recognize 2 Fresno State Bulldogs on the swim and dive team, one of which won 3 consecutive gold medals.
Plus, we give you details about how our men's basketball team did at the Mountain West tournament. But is their season really over? Stay tuned for sports with Holly Casino.
We are one Fresno State, a university that celebrates the bold excellence of our students. Our Bulldogs become your child's teacher, your family's healthcare provider, your leader, your problem solver, your hero. A degree from Fresno State opens minds and opens doors. This is where bold begins.
Here in the valley, our colors are blue and our waves are red. Bulldog born and bulldog bred. Generations linked forever by traditions that have stood the test of time. Inside our stadiums, we are one. This is our valley, and this year, we're doing it for you.
Welcome back. I'm Holly Casino with your focus on sports. March is Women's History Month. Fresno State swimmers Athena Clayson and Mackenzie Hetler say this is the time to celebrate the women around them. Clayson is coming off of her 3rd consecutive Mountain West gold medal in the 200-yard backstroke. She and Hetler take pride in the fact that they're part of an all-female swim and dive team at Fresno State.
Honestly, being a female athlete is something that I think that anyone and everyone should be really proud of. It's been such like a male-dominated field, as we know, for such a long time that seeing how well women do and how great and how far they've come is just really exciting.
Clayson and Hutler say this month is a time to reflect
Fresno
on progress
State
made
men's
by women across all sports at Fresno State, past and present. The Fresno State men's basketball team wrapped up conference play this week at the Mountain West tournament. I traveled with the Bulldogs to catch the action.
The Fresno State men's basketball team arrived in Vegas last week for the Mountain West Championships after completing an 18-12 regular season.
I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada, where number 6 seed Fresno State is taking on the Mountain West tournament.
The tournament held at UNLV's Thomas and Mack Center consisted of 4 single elimination rounds. The Dogs grazed past San Jose State in the first round with a 69-67 nail-biter finish and were able to survive and advance to round 2.
Well, it's March, and they was going to bring a fight. Every team in this conference is a good team. So San Jose just brought the fight today, and it was a good match. It was a good bout between us.
Fresno State had to rest up and prepare for their next matchup, number 3 seed San Diego State.
We play them tough at their spot and do the same things, and it's surviving events once again, so we got to go out there and give them our best punch.
The Bulldogs led in a tough defensive battle at the half, but were ultimately defeated by the Aztecs 53-46, with 25 of Fresno's points coming from Orlando Robinson.
A hard-fought game tonight. Very appreciative of our kids' effort all year long and their camaraderie and how hard they played and how hard they worked. I think everybody saw that.
Although Fresno State did not further advance in the tournament, the competition is not over for them just yet. The Dogs will be back in the Save Mart Center for postseason play for the first time since 2017 in the Basketball Classic. Round 1 of the tournament will be held at 7 p.m. on Thursday, March 17th, as the Dogs battle it out with Eastern Washington. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Holly Casina, Fresno State Focus.
You can catch the Dogs back at the Save Mart Center tomorrow night for postseason play. It's rodeo season. The men's team ranked second after their last competition. The Dogs made it into the top 3 for calf racing, David Stark and Tyrell Dogs. When it comes to rear backward, Mitchell Thomas took the biscuit for first place. For the women's team, Mary Powers. The next rodeo competition starts Friday night in Coalinga. Major League Baseball is back. After 99 days, the Players Association and League agreed to a new 5-year collective bargaining agreement. Opening day is pushed back a week, but there will be a full 162-game season. Spring training begins tomorrow with a face-off between the Red Sox and the Twins. If you haven't heard yet, Fresno State Focus has a new show. Focus on Sports focuses on the headlines from Fresno State sports, local athletes, and regional big league teams. The staff is run by some of Fresno State Focus students, journalists who work on the main newscast. Even though extra work was needed to create the show, the students were ready for the challenge. Producer Mark Anthony Lopez knows there's extra work involved for him, but it's worth it.
Demanding, but in the end, it is for the betterment of people who actually really do want to go out and put out a sports reel for news stations or wherever they really want to go forward in life.
Focus on Sports runs every Thursday at 9 a.m. on CMAC and Fresno State Focus's website and YouTube page. That's your Focus on Sports. Back to you, Sydney.
Anime Con is this weekend at the Fresno Fairgrounds. James Mora is live at the Fresno Fairgrounds to fill us in. James?
We've waited 2 years for Anime Con to return. It was canceled back in 2020 and was never scheduled in 2021. If you bought a ticket back in 2020, it'll be good this year. This is video from the last Anime Con was in Fresno back in 2019. This year's event will have more guest speakers, performance, vendors, and activities than in previous years. One of the highlights is a cosplay contest for those who decide to enter can win fabulous prizes like a gift card. The window for buying tickets online has ended, but you can still buy a ticket here at the door. Prices do vary depending on the day. Holden, I'm really looking forward to this. I've already bought both my tickets for both days.
James, I'm happy for you, man, and I hope you have a good time. The Selma Arts Center is putting on the musical production of Little Shop of Horrors. The Live Community Theater is in the heart of downtown Selma. The show runs from March 18th through April 2nd.
With warmer weather on the horizon and easing COVID restrictions, outdoor festivities are coming back and getting busier. This can be seen at River Park's Farmers Market. With bright blue skies and warm weather, it's no surprise more people are coming out to play. One outlet that Fresno puts on is Farmers Market, which typically occurs on Saturdays. Sarah Rojo brought her husband and 2 daughters out to walk around and enjoy some time in the sun.
Love coming here, getting fresh fruits and vegetables, and then just being able to walk around, have something to do, and enjoy the beautiful weather.
On top of the produce, this event also offers food options ranging from barbecue tri-tip sandwiches to tacos and Italian ice. They also have vendors scattered around selling items like puzzles, soaps, and stones.
Actually, it's not a fruit place, but the little mini pancake place, we like going there for the girls.
Businesses from the community partake in setting up booths to sell their products. Mary Pat Laralde from Winnie's Flower Farm is looking forward to the springtime as her business is expecting to blossom.
Well, this is springtime, so I have bulb gardens, but for most of the year, I have buckets of flowers. But right now, my production is just starting to beef up. I'm going to open a farm stand on the farm, which is at Fowler and Shepherd.
For those who can't make it to River Park Tuesday evenings or Saturday morning, there are 2 other options. Downtown Clovis hosts their markets on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. There's also the Vineyard Farmers Market that occurs both Wednesdays at 2 p.m. until 5 and Saturdays from 7 a.m. to noon.
I myself got some flowers from Winnie's Flower Farm and also these strawberry cartons, and they're $4 and $11 for 3. So it's a great way to enjoy the community with the weather heating up. This is Sydney Morgan, Fresno State Focus.
I'm not gonna lie, I definitely finished that whole carton in one day. And good news, all of our communities have farmers markets. They're a great way to support small businesses and gain a better understanding about our rich agriculture. Looking forward to a larger-than-life experience? Fresno Chaffee Zoo's Jurassic Park is open. There are a lot of animatronic dinosaurs, such as the Allosaurus, T-Rex, and even a family of Triceratops. See them move, hear them roar, learn how they lived. The exhibit goes extinct September 5th.
There's a new hangout in town. X-Lane's Bowling Alley is open at the Fashion Fair Mall. It has bowling balls that look like billiard balls. There are a lot of different types of games and a full bar and restaurant too. There's a dress code, so check that out before you go. Next week on Fresno State Focus, we take a peek at the annual Peach Blossom Festival that is back in person this year.
Plus, we take a look at the start of spring football.
Also, we see how the lifted mask mandate is impacting elementary school classrooms.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.